Squid fishing is very popular in Gibraltar. We've been fishing it since we were very young. Our dad used to take us when it was raining sometimes. My mum used to go crazy. Oh, you're gonna get wet, mom. It's the best time to go squid fishing, when it's raining and when the seas are very dark and it's winter and we have to go. Oh, it's very cold. No, mom, it's the best time. Trust me. Squids are part of the cephalopods, and those are squids, cuttlefish, and octopus as well, right? Their body is quite elongated, and they've got 8 legs and 2 long tentacles. Those long tentacles are actually for hunting. They actually get the prey with the 2 tentacles, bring it towards it, grab it using their 8 legs, and then with a little beak inside, start eating it in chunks, right? They are quite camouflaged whenever they want to, and their sort of form of defense is that they squirt out a massive ink trace through the water. That does, the fish that's going after it would obviously, whoa, what's this? Where's it gone? And maybe the fish would actually lose its trace. They come in many different sizes. We've got, from that size, which you call a llaverito, which is like a keyring, and to about that size, I would say about 2 kilos, 3 kilos ones. The biggest one that someone sort of landed or found and has been registered has been 425 kilos. It's about 10 meters long, it's like a massive whale. You can imagine yourself, that's a big squid. Imagine yourself, you're a 10-meter squid. That's gotta have like massive tentacles, and it's gonna be quite scary to actually see it live, This is the equipment we normally tend to use to fish squids. As you can see, this is a quite thin rod. I would recommend about 2.7 to a 2.4 meters rod. The best thing about these rods is that you feel the squid when it's taking the lure. As you can see here, the reel is quite small as well. Remember, you're gonna have to be holding the rod all the time, and what you don't really want is to have a really big, beefy and heavy reel. This is a really small weight. It's about 5 to 10 grams tops. And basically this weight, right, goes with these type of lures. As you can see, these lures, they don't have an actual weight on them. They're quite buoyant, so what you really want is to give it that extra weight, but it's too little weight when you get too big currents. Sometimes we get very big currents and we actually need to fish for squids at the seabed. So we use this weight. It's about 5 to 10 grams, as I mentioned before, and this is a normal swivel which you can find in any shop. Basically what the swivel does is it gives you the option of changing lures. For example, this is more of a glow-in-the-dark lure that will be used at night. And obviously when you get to wherever you're going to go fishing, you analyze a bit the spot. Basically what that is, that when the waters are very clear, right, we use a darker sort of lure. And when the water is very murky and very dark, we go for the brighter colors. If you actually see that there's a lot of current and that your lure is not reaching the seabed, what we tend to do is use another kind of lures, right? And these lures, right, actually bring a weight attached onto them, right? As you can see there. So that at least will give you a bit more of sinking power compared to this and the small buoyant lure, right? I'm actually set up now for these type of lures, which I've got the weight on it and I've got the swivel on it, okay? It's a very simple operation. You just unclip open the swivel, right? You get your lure, feed it through, close it, make sure it's closed, double check it. Sometimes you think it's closed and you haven't, and basically you're already set to go.
Basically the method, once you cast your lure, you need to more or less calculate the time the lure will take to reach the bottom. You've got to be very careful not to leave your lure on the bottom, if not it'll snag and you lose your lure. So basically you have to more or less calculate, and just before it hits the bottom, you've got to start fishing. Basically my technique is I reel, and whilst I'm reeling in, I pull my rod 3 times to the side. I stop for a few seconds, I wait for any bites, and then I produce to start all over again. So I reel and I pull 3 times again. I stop again to wait for any bites, I leave it a few seconds, and I go again, reel, and 3 pulls to the side.
The way we actually fish squids, and obviously everyone sort of fishes them differently, you know. We give it 3 pulls at the time, right? So what it does is it goes 1, 2, 3 and down. Normally you do get the strike when you do the first, the second and the third pull, right? You trigger the squid's attention and the squid normally goes for it when it's falling down because it thinks that the fish is dead. So it actually goes for it at that moment. Vale, señores.
Ahí lo tiene ya.
Puede ser una ibia 2, ¿eh? Pues mira, hay un caramelito bueno. This is the medium sized one. Estos son los que me gustan a mí. Estos son los caramales buenos. As you can see, what I'm doing is I'm just trying to hold his head out of the water so he can't get water and propel itself back, you see? Beautiful. Un caramelito, man. Yep, it's a nice one. You can see it's a nice medium-sized squid. It's gone for the pajarito, which is what we call it. Gone for it once. I actually missed it, and I waited for it again. I knew it was gonna come back again, and I've been lucky, and it strike again. So first shot, 1 squid. You know, let's keep it going.
Definitely not a squid. Could be an octopus. Oi, ni purpo ni ne. Patuko.
The biggest challenge is you catch them in pure winter, you know, it's very cold and you get like the rough seas coming in as well. That actually brings them towards the harbour. There's like people of all kinds of ages, you know, some people are young, you know, some people are more than retired, about 60 odd years old, and they like it because it's a very sort of nice and relaxing kind of fishing, you know. You go there, you have a chat, you know, and it's a sort of a more social thing. It's not nothing competitive, and you know, if you manage to get a couple of squids, they're lovely. So why not? It's a very sort of relaxing kind of fishing. It's not very demanding on you, right, physically.
Sí, caramá seguro. Caramelito decente. This makes me a bit more happy than obviously catching the rock earlier on. Buena pesquita, hemos echado, ¿no? Hemos echado un ratito.
Eso lo estoy viendo yo ya en lo alto de la plancha ya, Dylan, con ajito y perejilla, tú lo sabes, ¿no?
We didn't start very well, but obviously, mira, we managed to get a few squids. Obviously, not what we're used to. Back in our days, this were small squids. We're used to catching big ones. But mira, for what there is, for what there has been today, it's all there is. So mira, at least.
Considering the weather is so cold, I mean, I can't take it anymore. I need to go home.
We've had enough for today, I think.